Today we're going to be talking to Dlyan Ube. Dlyan is a salesperson here at The Price of Business, and he has a vast knowledge and experience when it comes to selling The Price of Business. And we're going to be asking him some questions to let you understand a little bit about our process. Dlyan, thanks for doing this interview.
Sure. Thanks, Bert.
Hey, so you've been with the company for a short while now.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about when you first started. How long, from the day that you started to the day you closed your first deal, how long did it take?
It was about 30 days.
Okay.
About a month.
About a month, okay. And now you're closing things pretty regularly.
Right.
What do you think is the big difference between the way you were doing it there and the way you were doing it now?
Well, a couple things. One is, I would say that we changed some things like the script. Before we didn't really, I didn't have a real specific script to go by, and so I kind of, it was really difficult. It was more difficult, I would say. It wasn't extremely hard, but to get people up to actually meet with them in person. And so, and even then, we were meeting. I would meet them at their office. I was, meeting them at the studio. Most of the time, it seemed to, it was easier just to go out to their office, but they didn't have the, we have a system now in place. We got a better script. We make it a standard to bring them up to the station, and as a result, they get, kind of the ooh-ah effect of, being in the radio station, for the first time, because most people have never been in a studio, in a radio station. And so, immediately their guard's down, and, we're able to, get in a conversation, and seems to go a lot smoother now. And I would say another big difference is just the fact, just closing that first deal. That's the hardest one to do, and it just, the more deals that, you close, the more confident you get. So I'm so much more confident now. There's no doubt in my mind that, this can be done, day in, day out, every week.
Now, as far as, how much does your success depend on your ability to get on the phones?
Oh, it's really everything. It's all tied together. It's getting on the phone. Without getting on the phone, there is no appointment, and if there's no appointment, there's no sale. So that's an absolute must. That's where that's really, in a way, I guess that's where the money's made.
Sure.
Is getting on the phone, because the more calls, the more outbound calls you get. The more outbound calls that you make, the more appointments you're set, more sales you're gonna create.
Now, I have a philosophy. I like to think of the phone as the ATM machine. Would you agree with that philosophy?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Yep.
And part of our system is to get on the phone Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and that way we have tons of appointments for Tuesdays and Thursday. Has that system proven itself to you?
Absolutely. Yeah, it has. It's been really good.
And because before we introduce that system, what kind of appointment volume were you having?
Scarce. Like, I might have 2, maybe 3 appointments a week, compared to now having like 8 to 10. And so I 95% of the time, they are willing to meet on Tuesday or Thursday. And so that way, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can make more, you can make those more phone calls, setting up more for the following week or even that week, if you don't feel like you can fill up the pipeline even more. So, yeah.
As far as if you were going to give a new salesperson advice, as to the key elements for success with our company, what would they be?
The key elements. Well, be in the office every day. Oh, well, that's a given. But before, I was working out either at the office or out of my home, but just being in the office every day, being focused in the zone, that's definitely, is a major factor. Consistently getting on the phone, making those dials. If you don't know who to go after, who to call on, get some advice, from someone around you, or